Don't come back here. Colombia Vice President Francia Marquez tells Prince Harry and Meghan Markle never to return to Colombia. In a startling move, Colombia's firebrand Vice President Francia Marquez has issued a stern warning to Prince Harry and Meghan, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, declaring that they are never welcome to return to the South American nation. The dramatic rebuke came after reports surfaced of the royal couple's alleged plans to visit Colombia as part of their global philanthropic endeavors. Marquez, a renowned environmental and social justice activist who recently made history as Colombia's first Afro-Colombian and first woman to hold the office of vice president, did not mince words in her scathing message to the high-profile couple. "I have a very clear message for Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. Do not even think about setting foot in Colombia again," she declared in a fiery press conference. "This country has suffered enough from the legacies of colonialism and privilege. We will not have members of the British royal family coming here to play savior or tours of their exotic exploits." The vice president's harsh rhetoric was fueled by a deep-seated resentment towards the perceived neo-colonial undertones of the royal couple's proposed visit. "They think they can just show up, make a few photo ops, and leave," Marquez said, her eyes narrowing with contempt. "But we are not their personal playground. Colombia is a nation of proud, resilient people who have fought long and hard to overcome the ravages of violence, inequality, and environmental destruction, much of which can be traced back to the very systems of power that the British monarchy represents." Marquez went on to accuse the Duke and Duchess of engaging in a form of disaster tourism, capitalizing on Colombia's struggles for their own brand building and public relations. "We will not be reduced to mere backdrops for their carefully curated humanitarian image," she spat. "If they want to help, they can start by returning the vast wealth and resources that their ancestors pillaged from our lands. Otherwise, they can stay far away." The vice president's stinging rebuke has sent shockwaves through royal circles and the international media. Many have praised Marquez's unapologetic stance, lauding her for amplifying the voices of marginalized Colombians and challenging the entitlement of the British monarchy. Others, however, have criticized her words as overly harsh and undiplomatic. In response to the controversy, a spokesperson for the Duke and Duchess issued a carefully worded statement, saying, "The Duke and Duchess have the utmost respect for the Colombian people and their rich cultural heritage. Any plans to visit the country were still in the exploratory stages, and no firm commitments had been made. They will, of course, honor Vice President Marquez's wishes and have no intention of returning to Colombia in the foreseeable future." But Marquez remains unswayed, doubling down on her position in subsequent interviews. "This is not about diplomacy or politeness. This is about justice and accountability," she asserted. "Colombia has suffered too much at the hands of foreign powers and elite interests. If the Duke and Duchess truly want to make a difference, they should use their platform to advocate for the repatriation of stolen artifacts, the cancellation of unjust debt, and the protection of our environmental defenders. Anything short of that is just empty rhetoric." The vice president's forceful stance has resonated particularly with younger Colombians, who have taken to social media to express their support. "Finally, someone in power is telling the royals where to shove it," wrote one Twitter user. Marquez is speaking for all of us who are sick of the West's colonial mentality. As the diplomatic fallout continues to unfold, it remains to be seen whether the Duke and Duchess of Sussex will heed Vice President Marquez's warning or attempt to forge ahead with their proposed Colombia visit. However, given the vice president's unwavering position and the groundswell of public sentiment backing her, it seems increasingly unlikely that the royal couple will risk the backlash of returning to the South American nation anytime soon. One thing is certain. Francia Marquez has made it crystal clear that Colombia is no longer willing to play the docile host to the whims of the British monarchy or any other foreign power. The days of colonial-era exploitation and condescension are over, and the country's unapologetic leaders are ready to chart a new course, with or without the approval of the royal family.